Hey folks, so we're here with Maryanne McGinn, Instagram fame of the handle Turn a Leg, Turnaleg, well worth a follow. And we're making some videos today, and now we're going to talk about some of your favourite spoons. So we've asked Maryanne to bring 5 of her favourite spoons. I suspect you have a lot more favourite spoons than that.
Yes, a few more, yes. I haven't got a huge collection, but I could have brought all of them.
How many do you reckon you've got? Do you know?
15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I thought it was going to be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Is that so? How many do you have in your kitchen?
Oh, actually, I have got more than 15.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so of the 5, in no particular order, pick out a spoon and tell me who made it and why you like it.
This little spoon made by an American carver called Fred Livsey.
Oh, is that how you say it?
Or Livesey. He says you can say it either way.
Oh, that's nice. And he's lovely, isn't he?
He's very funny, he's very generous, and he's warm.
I've never touched him, but I guess he probably
He's
is quite warm.
all over.
He does look warm. He is hilarious though,
Yeah.
and an amazing craftsperson too.
Yeah, with lots of experience. So what I like about this spoon is that he's reduced it to just facets, apart from the bowl. He's managed to make a triangle out of the back, and it all runs very smoothly. So if you're thinking about how to construct a spoon and you get confused by all the different angles, it shows you how you can make it more easily.
Totally. And so, I mean, a lot of people don't make spoons with facets on, but I think most people go through a facet stage.
Yes.
And I think even if you're not a fan of very clear facets, I think it's well worth doing for exactly that reason, that it really helps you explore the form.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a super cute spoon.
It's very sweet and it's really nice to use.
Octagonal handle.
Uh-huh.
It's nice how it kind of gets a bit fatter towards the end of the handle.
Yes, yes. So you can hold it loosely and it doesn't drop out of your hand. Yeah.
So do you reckon that's birch?
Yes.
Do you reckon it's American birch? Did you
Well,
get this at Spoonfest?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. This year?
No,
3-4 years ago, yeah.
a couple of years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bit yellow for an English birch, isn't it?
Yeah. Although, I mean, yeah. Isn't that just the oil? Maybe a bit of both.
I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely don't know enough to be able to tell. I suppose one of the things is with birch that it kind of absorbs the oil more in those kind of darker bits, which you wouldn't notice when it's fresh, unoiled, just looks white, doesn't it really?
Yeah.
But then these darker bits kind of absorb more oil, I think.
Yes.
Is that? Which I guess that's the water vessels that are just absorbing more.
Mm-hmm.
That is just an assumption I'm making, but Maryanne's agreeing, so it must
I'm
be
going
right.
to agree with everything you say.
Thanks. Yeah, cool. Well, we love Fred and we love his spoons, so it's nice. I don't know whether we've chatted about one of Fred's spoons before in these chats. So
He doesn't make a huge number of spoons, does he? But I think he puts everything into it when he does.
yes, yeah, he's busy. He does quite a lot of building, right? I think
Yeah.
kind of restoration, historical
That's right.
building
He's
and
very
teaching.
knowledgeable.
Yeah. He's been around for a while doing lots of different.
I wouldn't say that.
Is that the wrong way of saying it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Fred. He has got a lot of experience
Yeah.
with a lot of different styles of woodwork.
Yeah.
And birch bark work. So, yeah, cool.
And he does a lot of teaching.
Yes, Waldorf School, I think he's done a lot of teaching.
North House Folk School.
Yes, I think he's been working there for a considerable amount of time.
Yeah. Okay, another spoon. This little spoon here I love. It's by Karel Heky, who's from the Czech Republic. He's a very talented and innovative carver. This is his own design, as far as I know, I'm sure it is. And it's incredibly light. And the carving he's done here is very unusual. It's almost like it's split here, and he's just done a couple of knife cuts across and dished out alternate sides. And I think he's stained the handle. It's very, very nice to eat from. It's got a lovely, super slim, swept handle. Have a feel.
Super slim,
swept handle.
Yeah, I like it.
What do you reckon?
I really love it. So do you reckon that's been carved or not?
No,
it's
I think
interesting.
that's split.
That's just the
It looks
cleft
like-
surface. Yeah. So
Don't you
that's
think?
really, yeah, totally. And so I have a spoon from him that is just a cleft surface. So yeah, and like you say, this pattern on here is great.
It's so clever.
Yeah, I'd love to give that a go actually. So you reckon it's kind of these straight down cuts and then
What
yeah,
do you
it's
think?
just that's
Well, he's beveled it first and then cut into it.
and the stain looks like it could be like birch tar or something, but I mean it could be gravy browning as well, I
Or
suppose.
Walnut.
Walnut husk.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
No.
No. Can't smell walnut. I don't think the husk would smell of walnut. But yeah, it's really nice. I really like that little detail
It's
on the neck as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It makes it, doesn't it?
So good. Attention to detail.
And he hasn't had to do any kind of flaring there. It's just straight. You wouldn't normally think that you could get away with doing a straight handle like that unless it was octagonal or round. He hasn't done any flaring. But he's managed to put some interest there with the shape at the end. And as you say, this detail here.
Totally. And it all seems to match. The style doesn't seem awkward.
It hangs together. It's a comfortable design, isn't it?
Even though we've got this kind of finer detail here that's very symmetrical. And I suppose this pattern is symmetrical to a certain extent. You know, it does zigzag. But then, yeah, the end's totally asymmetric with that cleft surface creating this very asymmetric pattern. And then I suppose this asymmetry follows that to a certain extent, or at least marries up to it.
And does that mirror the asymmetry on the end of the bowl, or is it opposite? Or is it opposite
kind of opposite,
to balance it
yeah.
out? Yeah.
Intrigue. Yeah.
Skill.
Yeah. Well done him. We had him in the shop recently, but we didn't make a
did you?
video.
Oh, why not?
I think we forgot the camera. I think it was my fault. We just hung out and made a spoon instead.
Oh well.
But yeah,
Happy memories.
that is a really nice spoon, isn't it? Yeah. Cute. Cool. Okay, what next?
The one on top next. This is by Jojo
Ooh.
Wood, and she's really, really skilled. This is one of her latest spoons, and she's done these beautiful honeycomb facets on the back, and really lovely Egyptian or Art Deco carving on the front.
So that's Egyptian.
Well, it's Art Deco, but I think they pinched it from the Egyptians, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously all these art movements are following on the ones before, aren't they?
Totally, yes. I don't know whether there's a term for that. I was going to say it's like Renaissance in terms of like
Yeah.
when a culture, takes on board and
Borrows from previous
yeah.
things, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not very well read
I
on
mean,
these things, but
neither am I, but that's what I see in that. I
totally, yeah.
I see both of those.
And what's that building in West London? Is it the Hoover?
Yeah.
So, because I saw these spoons on Jojo's Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's really cool and clever, and that immediately reminded me of that building. I have no idea whether the building looks like that.
Well, you see a lot of those in Keystones and old cinemas.
Yes, yeah, cinemas, yeah.
Around doorways and windows.
And so I think actually Jojo told me that this was inspired by a spoon, an actual metal spoon that she has.
Right.
And I think her partner had maybe made some rings from silver spoon handles, kind of bent around as a ring, which is very cute. And yeah, I like that. That's very
lovely.
defined
Yes.
facets. And so, not that I'm an Instagram stalker, but I think you've been to hers recently up in Birmingham.
Yes, well, my daughter lives in Birmingham, so when I visited her, I thought I'd take a look.
Yeah, great. Because her and Sean have set up a little shop selling several different bits of woody craft and their own stuff, spoons. And they're teaching workshops kind of spoon club and
they're really embedding themselves in the community, I think.
Yeah. It's really nice and a great city to do that in. So yeah, I think she really nailed that. It's cool, isn't it?
It looks easy, but I think it must be very hard.
And then, so is that her signature? I guess I didn't know that. You seen that? JW2. Is that it?
Well, I think 2 is the number of the spoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because she did limited edition, I think.
I haven't seen that yet. So I think...
Well, I'm full of admiration for her skill and the direction she's going in.
Yeah. I think I only own one Jojo spoon, and maybe it's too small. I've got one of those very cute little heart-shaped sugar scoops. Do you ever see those?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think she signed it. But yeah, she's pretty intense with nads. Have you seen her use nads on like an eating spoon?
It's a bit scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a poor little spoon, but they seem to survive.
I've got
it's a quick way of getting it out.
I've got an ads, but I think you need to practice a bit before you get confident like that.
Yeah.
But this is it's a very pronounced design. It's very comfortable to use. Fits very nicely in the mouth.
Great.
And the hand. Now, coming up next, this spoon is by Dan Lawrence.
So how many years ago did you get this one, do you know?
This one?
Yeah.
I got this year.
Oh, so that is like fresh.
It's pretty fresh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's fresher, but this one's fresh as well.
Yes. Nice.
I think it was one that he was making while he was travelling.
Mm-hmm.
He made some spoons and selling them online to fund his journey across Europe or wherever he was going.
Because he's doing a lot of baskets at the moment.
Yes.
I was seeing him doing some split hazel stuff.
Yeah, just before he was doing that, I think. And what I like about this is that it looks very rough and ready, but when you hold it, it's absolutely perfect. And it's short, but it does the job. It's got the handle is angled like that, so it's offset. And I don't think it's an accident. I think he's thought about that. It all looks quite accidental, but I think a lot of thought goes into his designs. Have a try.
Yeah, I think that asymmetry makes sense for the thumb, right? I think it's a cute little design on the end. It's not a bird, is it? But you can see a slight nudge to one side, and then that would be a little bird. It's interesting what he's done with the bowl here. These kind of scallops coming into the neck. It's nice. I've never done this kind of two-tone, two-layer painting before. It's it's a fantastic way for showing the facets.
I think that's just one colour, but you just...
Is it?
Yeah, it's just white on top of the wood, and then he's just rubbed it off a bit.
Back. Yeah.
You think it's two colour? It might be.
Yeah, I think there's... You see it where it's a little bit dark.
You're so right.
Sorry. But it's, it could just be one colour, right? So it would do the same job. Is that milk paint?
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely a fan. I'm definitely a fan of his handles, particularly the bird ends. And I think, like you say, that attention to detail without stopping a kind of fluid carving.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So that is our Dan spoon, Dan Lawrence, formerly Dandelion. Anything else to say?
Well, he's quite inspirational.
Yeah.
He's got ideas that he shares, and certainly gave me a few ideas.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying seeing him do the split hazel. It's one of the things that I kind of feel like I slightly miss out on with spoons. I think spoons tick a lot of boxes, but splitting long bits of fibrous material I think is very cool. I had a go at making a bird end on a handle, and I was very pleased with it, and then I lost it. But it was totally inspired by a Dan spoon.
You can always do another, you know.
Do you know, it was a really special spoon. So it was actually a spoon that had been licked by Willy Sundqvist. Genuinely. In Sweden. And I'd kept it for years in a bag, and it was a really perfect bent branch one. And I'd left the handle completely uncarved. And I saved it, and I was like, right, I'm going to carve that. And it was actually when we had Jared and Jasmine were staying, and we had fish and chips, and I think I left it in the cardboard box, and then it went out. That's what we think happened. But I have a photo on my Instagram.
Oh well, you can recreate it.
Yeah.
It won't be quite the same.
No.
But
it's the thought that counts.
maybe it'll be better.
Yeah. Well, I think I need to just get hold of one of Dan's. Dan's birdie spoons. Birds are great, aren't they?
I love birds.
Yeah.
Especially crows.
Do you? Yeah. Because they're intelligent.
They are.
Yeah. I think they're quite sociable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have crows in your garden?
No. Pigeons.
Allotment? No.
No. Pigeons.
Okay, so last spoon.
This lovely spoon is made by Beth Moen. She's a Swedish bowl carver and spoon maker. And I did a course with her a couple of years ago. She was commissioned to make some replica spoons from the Vasa 17th century Swedish warship. There's a Vasa museum in Stockholm, and the spoons are a bit like this but without the knot on. And when she did the workshop with us, we made some little spoons. But this one's so clever, the knot is so beautifully done. I love the feel of it. I like that little swell here and the simple end to it. Delightful for eating from. Works on so many levels.
It is really, really nice spoon, that. And I think she's definitely one of my favourite woodworkers. Really inspirational person.
Yeah.
love that knot. Actually, I've not really looked at one of these closely before, and she has totally nailed it. And that swelling, like you say, is nice. It's almost like it's kind of slightly constricting
Pinched
it.
it, yeah.
So yeah, well done, Beth. Nice little carving marks in the bowl. Is it a bit of hazel?
I don't know.
Yeah. Don't know. Looks quite big for a bit of hazel, but maybe not. Yeah. I actually have a pair of chopsticks at home that Beth carved me. And she carved it out of one block, so they're like the ones you get in a restaurant, which you have to snap. I haven't dared snap it yet. But yeah, she's an interesting person.
Yes, we had a very nice workshop with her. She gave us an object in a plastic bag and we had to carve it from just feeling it.
Right.
That was great.
What was the object?
It was a little coat hook.
Oh, nice.
I got it completely wrong.
Did you carve a shoe?
Yeah. But the idea was to teach us how to use our fingers more. As much as our eyes.
I read somewhere once that, babies tend to put things in their mouths.
To feel them, yeah.
Yeah, to understand their 3D and communicate that with sight and vision. It's just fascinating.
We ignore the nerve endings, don't we, that give us so much information. But she was also teaching us how to make spoons without pencils and templates, and that was very liberating. I enjoyed that so much. I learnt an awful lot from her.
Yeah. And she has got a lot of experience, and comes from a more carpentry side as well.
Oh, does she?
Well, she definitely. I think that's the main thing she teaches is kind of bowl carving and joinery stuff at Satterglanton, but I could be completely wrong.
Okay.
I've got a really incredible deep ladle from her, which I really love, with a big kind of knob on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Beth. Cool. Well, great selection of spoons. Yeah, thanks a lot for bringing. It's a really, really nice thing to share.